Hello, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mascara and today I'm playing with stuff that I actually used to love. Now I haven't used some of this in quite a while, like I dug out an eyeshadow palette that I used to love. I realised I haven't used it in a hot minute, so I thought I'll get it out today, play with it a bit, make something bright because it was like 5 PM and I've left this a bit late to do some filming as usual. So I'm just going to get started throwing shit on my face. For primer, I'm going to use the XX Revolution Cloud Complexion Primer. I know I've used this a few times in videos recently, but I haven't used it like on a normal day in a really long time because it's been sat in the back of my cupboard. I just get a bit of this on my fingers. And it's meant to be kind of smoothing, perfecting, and honestly if anything can do that to my face, I'm amazed. But I just, honestly, I like the texture and I like the smell. I like that it's in a pot so you don't have to squeeze it out. And it does leave a bit of glow on my face, which I don't know if that's just because I put too much on, or I've got moisturiser on underneath, but it's just nice, it smells good, that kind of stuff. So for foundation, this is one that I owned a long time ago and I loved. This is a Maybelline Superstay foundation. This is the original. This is in shade 005 Beige, but this was a lighter shade they had in stock when I went into Tesco or Asda or something the other day.
One eternity later. So
it's got a little pump. I'm gonna get some on the back of my hand. I don't even know if this is the right shade, but it was, I think this might be a bit pink. Oh well. So I'm going to get a mirror. Has one got a decent mirror? Please have a decent mirror. And I'm just gonna bounce it into my skin. Okay, I didn't shade match as badly as I thought I did. I got rid of this back in the time when I didn't really know how to powder down properly, like 4 or 5 years ago. And every time my face touched anything, I just leave residue behind, and I thought it was the foundation. I couldn't figure it out properly, so I got rid. But I really had liked it up until then. I think it was because it was also summer and I was sweaty and I've lost a contact. That has definitely evened me up quite a lot, that's good. It's covered up a lot of the pink on my face, which is very nice. So yeah, quite happy with that. If you want me to do a foundation Friday with this, just let me know down in the comments and I will. For concealer, the XX Revolution concealer in C0, yeah, CX 0.3. I used to live for this. Now I'm just going to slap this on because I can. Bit on my chin, down my nose. And honestly, the only reason I stopped using this as much is because I've got other concealers which are going off faster. It is a decent concealer. It's quite matte, so a lot of people, or a few people, just don't like it for that. It is a very thick concealer, but it does cover every bloody inch of your face. This is more full coverage than I've had on my face in quite a while, so oops. And I'm going to zoom in a bit. There we go. That's a bit better, isn't it? I mean, you can't really see much of my background because it's setting, the sun's setting at the moment. So yeah, that has gone better than I had expected, considering it's not far out, is it? For powder, Untitled Revolution Peach setting powder. I used to use this all the bloody time and I put it away because I was using, I think I had it in almost every single video I filmed for quite a while, and I thought, no, I just need to step back, I need to use something else, otherwise they're going to think, no, it's the only thing I use or own. So I'm just going to set my face down. I like to use a puff because it's handy, it's easy, I can get right into all the cracks and crevices. I am going to set my eyeballs down because that's what I used to do back in the day, and honestly most days before work. Yeah, this is my face set down, nice, kind of matte, and I was going to use cream contour and I've completely forgotten about that. Oh well. Now for bronzer, if you hadn't guessed, Too Faced Milk Chocolate Bronzer. I have the milk chocolate one just because I am quite pale, and I just go in with a nice angled brush, like this one. Swirl my brush around in there. I do swirl it on the mirror a bit as well, just to kind of distribute it properly, and just really get it all up in my hairline. And yes, my hair is wet, it is not greasy, don't worry. I just don't blow dry my hair, quite honestly. And then I also go down my nose, just I don't know what I don't like about my nose exactly when I look at it, but I prefer to bronze down it, make it look a bit cuter than it really is. You know, it's a bit harsh. I will just go in and tap over it just to blend it out a bit. A blusher that I still own, that I used to love to the ends of the earth, and still do, is the Kbd Everlasting Blush, because this is pigmented. Right, I bought this shade, which isn't far off my skin tone, let's be real. I'm going to tap my brush into it, swirl it around the lid, and it does just the right amount of blush that I want, because I'm pale and I want a tint. I don't want to be pink. Pink is not a good look in my opinion. So for my brows, a combination that I do still love to this day is ABH brow gel, or any tinted brow gel, and the collection Incredibrow. I know this isn't everybody's cup of tea. Like other people have done reviews on it, I just don't like it, I don't get along with it. I still love it. So I am just going to put the pencil down a minute. And run this through my brows like this. I do try and go through a couple of times just to get all my hairs covered in pigment, because I have very fine hair, it doesn't like to behave, and honestly the more brow gel I can get onto my brows, the more they look like eyebrows, rather than just weird little things on my face that get clogged up with foundation. So this isn't exactly precise, but I just like to go through it with one edge, just drawing some brow hair, add the shape that I want, because honestly, brows are a bit of a pain in the bum. I get a spoolie, like this one. This was just on the end of a brow brush. I just comb it all through, or brush it all through, whatever you want to call it, and my brow set in whatever shape I want. It's actually amazing how much difference shutting your window and the dog barking outside. It's not even my dog, and it's a small little thing. So I have a plan for what I'm doing on my face using the Beauty Bay X Mmmmitchell palette. I love this, or I did love this for such a long time. It looks like this. It does come with a mirror in the middle, but I just find the mirror irritating, so I just don't use it. And the first colour I'm going to go in with is this bright red here called Mad. Ooh, I'm going to get a tacky base. I'm going to stick some concealer on. I don't really have an eye primer that I used to love, because I just use the normal P. Louise ones at the moment. So I'm just going to stick some concealer on, because this is what I used to use. So I'm going to get that red, that Mad colour, and I'm just going to stick it right in the inner corner on my crease. Also, if you'd like to see how I did my makeup when I was at school and at uni and that kind of stuff, let me know down in the comments, because I can make an entire thing of how I did my makeup when I went to school, in sixth form, at uni. So next I'm going to use Mental, which is this reddy orange colour just here. I'm just going to kind of overlay that in between the red and what's going to come next, so pack that in. Next I'm going to use this yellowy orange just here. It's more of a yellowy orange than a true yellow. I'm just blending that in with the other two colours. So next I'm going to go with this green here called Smutty. I'm just going to add that next to that kind of orangey yellowy colour. Really pack it in, and I have got a plan, don't worry, I'm not going to leave them looking like this. I'm going to use a little bit of Manchester, this bright yellow up at the top, and overlay that in between the green and the orange. Honestly, because I wasn't sure how much it needed it, but now I see it really does need it. So now I'm going to use this Miracle colour, this kind of sea greeny bluey colour. I'm going to use that to deepen up that green on the outer corner. And start whipping it out a little bit, just to do a traditional Megara thing. So next, I know I'm looking a bit like I feel like some kind of parrot, I think is the best word for it. I'm going to use a combination of Mist and Moody Mitch, which is this blue and the dark blue just underneath this one here, just to dark blue first, then light blue to really blend out the edge. So I'm going to get a bit of that dark blue and I'm just going to deepen up the outer corner with it. I'm going to lay a bit of groundworks for the outer corner leading down into the lower lash line with that. And I do quite often find, particularly with darker shades, that just stamping it in where you want it to go and then blending really can help. Because these colours can be very pigmented but hard to blend if you just want to blend with them, they'll stick to one patch and then you can just blend afterwards. Stamp them in the vague shape and then deal with it afterwards. And now I'm going to get a clean fluffy brush, use that dark blue mist colour, use that to blend. I'm going to add a little bit more green, that's money colour, just to bring it out a bit more because I feel like I'm losing it a bit so much on this side, but I'm going to add it anyway. For the lower lash line I'm going to use Miles High, which is this purple here. I'm going to put that all along my lower lash line, apparently get it in my waterline. I'm going to go with. Then I'm going to get my pencil brush and Morgan, which is this dark purple just here, and run that closer to the lash line. I'm going to add a bit more of Miles High on this pencil brush, just right up to the inner corner. And then a tiny little bit of this pink shade down here called Milkshake, just in between the red and the purple, like this. So this is what it's looking like right now. I'm going to go add some liner, some lashes probably, and some mascara, and I'll be back with you to tell you all about that stuff. Is it even favourites if I'm not putting on some unicorn lashes? These are in Majestic as fuck, or Majestic AF, and I just think that they are Majestic AF. So for highlighter I have got the Revolution, XX Revolution highlighter in Echo. I've actually made a dent in this, like an actual physical dent. So I'm gonna get some of this and just whack it on my face because this stuff is beautiful and I'm all glowy. Just what I need. Now a lipstick I do love but it's so expensive and I don't really talk about it is the Charlotte Tilbury lipstick in Pillow Talk. It's just beautiful. I mean, it just feels so nice and is moisturising and I just really like it. So that is everything on my face. I'm hoping you liked this video. Please give a big thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't subscribed, and I'll see you next time for another lovely video. Bye!